Okay, I brought snacks. Don't act like you didn't notice the bag I smuggled in like a secret agent. You picked the movie, right? Bold choice. Either you're a genius or you enjoy my dramatic commentary. Both are acceptable. Seriously though, do you always pick something? With this many plot twists, or is tonight a special occasion? Because I swear, if the main character dies again, I will dramatize the morning for at least 10 minutes. No, don't give me that look. I know exactly what you're thinking. She's going to make fun of the soundtrack. Guilty. The soundtrack is very dramatic. Also, I will hum along. Sorry in advance. Pass the blanket. Yes, the big one. The one you always hog. I didn't steal it. I relocated it for safety reasons. From you. Your loss. You know what's funny? We sit here, surrounded by plot lines and character arcs, and I already know how this night will go. You'll pretend to be focused, I'll pretend to be focused, and then one of us will start talking about something completely unrelated and we'll both forget the film exists. Are you paying attention to the opening credits? No? Good. Me neither. I just needed you to stop scrolling for 2 full minutes and call it a victory. Okay, confession. I picked the snacks to match the movie theme. That's a lie. I picked snacks because I like snacks, and you owe me one for last week's questionable coffee choice. Why are you smiling like that? Oh, right, because I make embarrassing comments when I'm comfortable. That's your fault, by the way. You made the environment comfortable. You're welcome. If this gets scary, I'll squeeze your hand. Not as a romantic gesture, purely survival instinct. But if you interpret it romantically, I will not correct you. See? That's sufficient ambiguity. You know, watching a movie with someone is a weird intimacy. It's like a tiny shared universe where you lend each other your attention for 2 hours and then go back to your own orbits. I like that small permission to be near you. Also, I will call out plot holes. Loudly. And you will pretend you didn't notice me pointing them out. We have a system. Works every time. Do you want to switch it off halfway and talk instead? No? Bold. I admire your commitment to cinematic suffering. Fine. We'll watch. But I reserve the right to narrate the characters' internal monologues. You're welcome. Wait, no spoilers, promise? Good. I'll only spoil the parts that make the best jokes later, so it's educational. Okay, serious moment. Thanks for the invite. Even if the movie is terrible, this is already better than any movie. Because it's you. Don't make that weird. Just agree and offer more popcorn. Now, eyes on the screen. Or on me. Either works. Just don't fall asleep in the dramatic part. I will document it mercilessly. Okay, but tell me, why is everyone in this movie making such bad decisions already? We're, 10 minutes in? And they've set off like 3 obvious red flags. Wait, don't shush me. I need answers. Why is he running towards the noise? Who does that? If this was real life, you'd be the one dragging me out the door while I'm still looking for snacks. Oh, fine. Don't roll your eyes. I know you actually like when I do this. Admit it. You'd be bored if I just sat here silently. Hold on, did you see that? That was the most predictable twist of all time. I could have called it 5 minutes ago. Actually, I did call it 5 minutes ago. Pay up. I win. No, I'm not keeping score. Except, yes, I absolutely am. You're currently losing. Tragic, really. By the way, can I just say, whoever wrote this dialogue clearly never had a normal conversation in their life? Nobody talks like that. I mean, listen to them. It's so stiff. What? My commentary is more entertaining than the script, and you know it. Okay, serious question. Do you think that actor is actually eating, or is it fake? Because I swear, if I was in a scene like that, I'd forget my lines and just focus on finishing the food. Yes, I would do that. And you'd be laughing at me instead of following the plot. Ugh, fine. I'll be quiet for, 2 minutes. Maximum. You get 2 minutes of uninterrupted movie time. Starting now. So, what's going on again? Who's that guy? Why is he suddenly important? No, I do get it. I'm just checking if you're paying attention. Quality control. You passed. Barely. You're smiling again. You love this, don't you? Me distracting you talking over half the lines. Admit it, I'm basically the bonus commentary track you never asked for. Hey, don't nudge me. I'm contributing valuable insights here. Without me, you'd just be watching quietly. Boring. Besides, you're more fun to watch than this movie anyway. What? Don't look at me like that. I said it casually. Totally casual. Nothing to see here. Keep your eyes on the screen. Even though you're blushing a little. And before you say anything, yes, I noticed. Okay, confession. I only pretended to care about that last scene because I needed an excuse to scoot closer without making a big deal out of it. Smooth, right? Call it strategic proximity. It's an art. Honestly though, how is it possible that I keep looking at you and not at what's happening on the screen? The plot could implode in 10 different ways, and I'd still be staring at the way your mouth moves when you try not to laugh. It's grossly unfair that you can be so interesting while doing absolutely nothing important. Don't pretend you don't know what I mean. Your face is doing a whole personality over there. The little crease by your eyebrow when you concentrate, that tiny smile you get right before you roll your eyes at my commentary, the way you tuck your hair behind your ear without thinking stop. You're distracting me on purpose. Look, I tried watching the movie. I really did. I made it all the way to the big reveal, and then boom, I forgot what the reveal was because apparently I'm more invested in whether you prefer popcorn or nachos. Answer me. Which one? Be decisive. Life is full of hard choices, and you're supposed to help me make them, not stare like you're solving the mystery of the century. Okay, petty truth, I reached for the popcorn on purpose. Not because I needed it, but because my hand would brush yours, and then I'd have an excuse to hold it there. Casual contact, right? See how clever I am? It's called initiating physical diplomacy. You should pay me for these lessons. Also, your hand is kind of warm. Not that I jacked, okay? I jacked. Fine, twice. Once is an accident, twice is deliberate. Don't act all surprised. You know you like it when I steal your hoodie, when I tease you, when I make you laugh by being ridiculous. Admit it. You realize you're doing that thing where you look at me like I'm the punchline to some private joke only you get. Stop hogging the secret. Share it. Or at least tell me which scene I'm supposed to be paying attention to so I can pretend not to be enchanted by you. I'll do my best. Barely. And hey, are you blushing? Because I think you're blushing. Or maybe that's just the movie lighting making you look cinematic. Either way, it suits you. We should get that on a poster. You looking mildly flustered and extremely photogenic. Tagline, more compelling than the plot. When you laugh quietly, like that soft little exhale that turns into a grin, I forget how to form sentences. My brain goes, error, adorable stimulus detected. Proceed with caution. I also forget lines, which is dangerous because now I can't cite the snarky comeback I had lined up. Great. You broke my joke inventory. You keep pretending to pay attention, but every few minutes your eyes drift. Right now, they're on my lips, aren't they? Don't try to deny it. You think I can't tell. I can read you like you're an open tab on my phone, no password required. It's weird, this feeling of being more interested in you than the story on screen. Not that I'm complaining. Movies have soundtracks, plots, and dramatic lighting, but you have the habit of saying my name like it's a private song. That's a bigger spoiler than any plot twist because it tells me what matters. Okay, serious question. If the protagonists kissed their partner right now, would we both pretend it wasn't staged and then copycat it in the living room like idiots? I vote yes. You can't give me that look without giving me permission to be theatrical too. I keep finding excuses to touch you, adjusting the blanket so it covers your knee, nudging your shoulder when the movie gets too predictable, handing you the remote like a solemn offering. Call it supportive partnership. Call it habit. Call it a reason to feel the shape of you under my palm. And when you glance at me and smile this slow, soft smile of yours, I get this ridiculous calm that I can't quite name. Not quite contentment, not exactly giddiness. It's more like rightness. Like sitting in the warm part of the room on a cold day. Like the movie faded into the background and we became the scene worth remembering. So yes, I'll admit it, I am watching you more than the movie. Maybe because your expressions are better written, or maybe because being near you rewrites the boring parts into something that matters. Also, you are officially responsible for any rewrites of my attention span. Please take notes. Do not let me out of your sight for too long, or else I'll invent reasons to come back: popcorn heists, borrowed hoodies, sudden interest in every predictable plot device ever written. Now, promise me you'll look at me like that at least once more before the credits roll. For scientific purposes. And because I want to memorize it. You know what? Let's be honest, the movie is officially background noise. I could recite the next 10 predictable lines and still miss the point because the point is you. The plot could collapse into a puddle of cheese and I'd still be totally fine as long as you're here. I keep catching myself doing these tiny, useless little things that are really just excuses to be closer. Like smoothing the blanket so it covers your knee perfectly, not because you looked cold, but because I wanted to tuck the edge over you and watch you pretend you didn't notice. Or pretending to fix the remote, but actually using the moment to let my elbow brush yours. Important research, obviously. Do you feel that? The way the room seems to contract so it only fits the two of us. It's like the film pushed everything else to the edges and left a small, warm island where we sit. The lamp throws this soft light, and suddenly even your hair looks like it's got its own personality. I can't help it. I want to map every line on your face with my eyes. Don't roll them, it's sweet. And your breathing. God, your breathing is somehow the most normal and calming soundtrack. When you inhale, I can feel my shoulders drop a fraction of a degree. If you exhale slowly, my brain says, please, please, stay like this forever. Ridiculous, right? But if I'm honest, that's exactly what I want. Tiny rhythms in sync, and no alarms going off, and no plot twists that yank us away. We could turn it off. Seriously. Kill the screen, toss the remote into the couch abyss, and just talk until our voices run out. But there's something delicious about keeping it on. It's like having permission to do nothing dramatic. Just lean, laugh softly, let your head bump mine by accident. The movie gives us cover to be lazy and intimate at the same time. Best of both worlds. Sometimes I watch your hands more than your face. They're doing small, normal things, but to me, each little motion reads like a sentence. The way you reach for your drink careful, not sloppy. The way you curl a popcorn kernel between fingers like it's a tiny treasure. It's absurd how those little mundane things make my chest flip. Not from some grand swoon, just a warm, steady flip that says, hey, this is nice. This is what I want. Don't think I haven't noticed how you try to act unbothered. You're terrible at pretending. Your shoulders tense when I move near, and then you deliberately relax as if to say, go on. It's like you're daring me to be clumsy with affection, and I accept the challenge every single time. You make it easy to be bold because you don't run when things feel close, you stay. And yes, I will admit something slightly embarrassing. I like this quiet courage you have. Not loud, not showy, just steady. When the scene on screen tries to be dramatic, You're the calm in the middle of it. Even your silence feels like a safe place sometimes. I could get used to that. More than used to that. If someone asked me tomorrow what the movie was about, I'd probably make up a plot that included us. Like two idiots who try to watch a film and fail gloriously because they accidentally fall into the best part of the evening each other. Maybe the critical acclaim would say, a tender disaster, outstanding chemistry. I'd read a review like that and think, yeah, they nailed it. So, quick test. If I leaned my head on your shoulder right now, not as a stunt, not as a joke, just because my neck needs rest, would you pretend it was a natural consequence of film fatigue? Or would you turn it into something unabashedly ours? Because I'm dangerously tempted to find out. Wow. I think I've officially forgotten what scene we were even watching. But you know what? I don't care. Honestly, I barely remember the plot, because every time I glance at you, it's like the screen disappears and the whole living room shrinks down to just us. Just this little bubble where your laugh, your elbow brushing mine, the way you shift in your seat, becomes the entire movie. Do you feel that, too? How it's just cozy? Not just warm, but right. Like a hug that doesn't end, or that you could stay in forever if you wanted. I'm not saying I want the credits to roll anytime soon, not when I've got front row seats to you being you. Hey, stop smirking like you know exactly what I'm thinking. I do. And that's why I keep looking. Because you're ridiculous. Ridiculously cute, annoyingly clever, and somehow perfectly mine, even when you don't realize it. Yeah, mine. Don't let that make you blush too much. You know, I could just keep talking and talking, but I think I'd rather just lean my head on your shoulder. Not because I'm sleepy, okay? Maybe a little, but because it feels like the only place I want to be. Safe, warm, and impossibly close to you. I like it when you pretend not to notice. You do, don't you? Even when you shift a little, or tighten the blanket around us, or quietly press your hand against mine. That tiny touch is enough to make my chest flip. And I love it. More than I thought I would. Honestly, being next to you, that's the real movie for me. Forget the plot, forget the scenes, forget all the dramatic moments on the screen. I'm here for the little things, your laugh, your sleepy comments, the way your hand brushes mine when you're not even thinking about it. That's what I'll remember. That's what I care about. So, my darling, yeah, I said it. You're my favorite part. Every night we spend like this, every lazy glance, every small, silly touch, it all just matters. More than I ever expected. And if I have to admit it out loud, which I do, right now I like you. I like you a lot. Way more than I probably should. There. I said it. And I don't even want to rewind. I just want to stay like this, on this couch, in this blanket, in this perfect little bubble with you. Because if this is the end of the night, I'll remember it forever. Not the movie, not the plot, just you. So, stay with me a little longer, okay, love? Just like this. No screens, no distractions. Just us. And maybe, if we're lucky, the night won't end at all.